So, hello folks and welcome back to the channel. It's time for therapy again. Today I'm gonna talk about this. This is an Eastman SB59. It's one of the earlier models they made. I think this is made in 2017 in January. They started making solid body guitars in 2016. So I'd say this is probably one of the first year ones. When they started making these solid body guitars, I think they tried to appeal to the Gibson customer, and they still do. These are handmade in Beijing, I think, and I think at this time at least they advertised these are completely handmade, so no CNC machines. And I don't think making something with a CNC machine makes it worse. I'd even say that making it by hand makes it more inconsistent, but judging the quality of this guitar, I'd say they did a fine job with these. So these days I'm not sure if they're still completely handmade, and they have changed the finish. This is nitro, the new ones are true tone gloss, which is their own own finish they use that is probably a lot less toxic than nitro. So what are the specs? This is basically a 59 burst. We have a one-piece mahogany body with nice flame on this one. As you can see, there's a lot of chatoyant effect. I think that's the word. And at the start, at least, these were spec to be really light. This is 3.6 kilograms, this guitar, which is super light for like a solid body without any weight relief. So what else? The woods are, the non-traditional wood here is the fretboard, which is ebony. And I think this is a really high grade of ebony. None of the Macassar ebony one, like this is the true ebony. And two-piece flame top maple. It's not the flamiest one, this one. I like it because it like reveals itself in some lights really well. And what else? Like for traditional specs, it has a long neck tenon, which means just that the tenon goes under the bridge pickup, so there's like more contact with the body. And I think the angle of the headstock mirrors the Gibson one, which is 17 degrees. I think all the modern Les Paul makers like ESP or some use a shallower pitch here to like protect the neck from breaking, because when it's 17 degrees it won't lay flat. As you can see, this is lower than the body, and if it falls down, all the weight is gonna come here and it's gonna break. So that's why there's the joke of like Gibson headstocks breaking all the time. So originally this came with gold knobs and Seymour Duncan 59 pickups, but because I play a bit more aggressive music normally than I would like to admit, I have changed the pickups. This is a Seymour Duncan Fat Cat. It gives great clarity to the neck pickup. So, and this is an DiMarzio Igno, which is a signature pickup of the Polyphia's other guitarists. It's a shame to be Polyphia's other guitarist because everybody knows Tim Henson. What's the other guy's name? Scott LePage. Scott LePage. I knew I'd remember that. But this is like being the second guitarist of like Dragon Force. Everybody knows Herman Lee, but nobody knows the other guy's name, even though he is one of the best guitar players in the world, or at least the fastest ones. So what else? These are excellent guitars. I have had a couple of Gibsons in my life. one of the Les Pauls, a couple of SGs, and none of them come close to this one. This is absolutely like a flawless guitar in my opinion. At least for like everything I appreciate in guitars, this is just flawless. I think another like a difference to a Gibson is that this has probably a shallower pitch here. Like a Gibson, I feel that this angle where they set the neck is a bit higher, or like a bigger angle here, but I'm not sure if it makes any difference. Well, this at least feels super slinky. Another like spec upgrade compared to a Gibson is these are true mother of pearl inlays. I like that this one is like a miscolored one. It's a lot darker than the other ones, so I will always know which one is my guitar. I always like little personal things in guitar, like there's a darker spot here. You can see that's how I will always know that even if I sell this guitar and I see it again, I will know mine had this spot, and that will make it like a personal one. So what else do I want to talk about with this guitar or ramble? I can't speak of the quality of the newer ones. I haven't held one, but you can check the internet. There's a million positive reviews dating all the way to this day. And I think the new ones, Eastman make the new body shapes. They're trying to like break out from the traditional shapes. They have a lot of offset bodies these days. They look really cool. I think someday I might get one of the, it was the Eastman Juliet, I think, the white one. It's like bugging me. It's really bugging me. I might have to get one of those someday. And I think they have changed the woods also to, because lightweight mahogany is getting rare to find, or at least super expensive. There's always wood somewhere in storage, but if you like to like manufacture a lot of guitars, you're gonna have trouble finding like super low weight mahogany. And so I think these days they are starting to use okome, which is a bit softer wood, but it behaves like mahogany, and I wouldn't say it's like a worse option these days, because I don't think the wood matters as much as people want to think. It's all in our head pretty much. What else would I say about this one, or guitars in general? The neck is like the perfect middle ground. It's like the same as a Gibson from in the nut. It's 43 millimeters, and the thickness is, I think I have measured this, it's 23 millimeters on the first fret. It might sound quite big, but it's super rounded on the shoulders, and the fretboard edges are rolled over nicely, so it feels pretty comfortable anyways, even with my stubby fingers. And I think my rambling is gonna end soon. What else would I say? All the hardware is made by Godo. Godo makes super good hardware, and this is one of the traditional ABR bridges. It's drilled straight to the body. I'm not sure it makes a difference, but it is one of these types. And all the electronics are CTS pots and high-end caps and such. So would I recommend buying an Eastman? I always recommend buying the guitar you want to buy, and if you can try one of these, I would suggest it, because I honestly think that Gibsons are overrated, but they make good guitars, and they retain their value because they have a super solid brand. And I think Eastman is creeping up on the same prices as Gibson standards. These costs around over 2K in the Europe at least, and I think you can find a Gibson Standard around the same price these days. But I'd say these are built with more attention to details than like a standard Gibson. I would even compare these to the custom shop ones, like for attention to detail. Can't say anything about the like quality of the parts or something like that. But I think Gibson is already priced themselves out of like player ranges. Those are like for collectors pretty much the custom shop and up stuff. So I think that's all I can think about this one for the moment. If somebody has something to ask, just ask in the comments. I'm gonna answer them the best I can. And see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.